Hello and welcome to another Fabula Ultima character idea. This is the Aggro Sponge, a guide by Fabula Points, me. So, if you're not aware, aggro is just kind of like your taunt mechanic, just trying to get people to attack you, and obviously sponge means you can like take loads of damage. So, the Aggro Sponge. Let's zoom in a bit. Okay, so let's build it up and then I'll talk about what we're doing. So we'll say pronouns are she, her. Identity, let's go with gentle giant. Theme is defender, and origin, let's just say military, mum, and singer dad. So I'll go through this really quickly. We start with 3 Fabula points, no experience points. We don't get bonds until we play equipment. So we're going to go a bit weird. We're going to start, let's put this on the other page. We're going to go staff. I can type that. And then the staff is willpower plus willpower and HR plus 6 damage. For armor, we're going to go runic plate. I'll explain all this in a minute, just like filling things out. I can take out that -3 because we know it goes in here. So the idea of this build is we're going to have the defenses to be able to kind of withstand a lot of things. That's 250. And then the staff, I think, is 100. Staff is 100. Okay, so let's go straight into, put that on one page, straight into classes. Character level is 5 because I want to talk about the build. So we're going to start with the obvious for a defensive, which is Guardian. We're going to take 2 levels in Guardian. And let's look at what the Guardian gets us. I'll put that there. Guardian is on page there. So we need ways in order to reduce the damage being hit by us, and Guardian has that pretty well with defensive mastery. But we're going to start with 3 benefits, so it's HP plus 5 and martial armor plus shields. So we can tick this off. I'm kind of like running through this quite quick because I want to get to like one of the few combos I've managed to work out with the Chanter, being honest. Defensive mastery, we're going to get 2 levels. So it's when holding a shield / armor equipped, all damage reduced by a skill level. So any damage that comes our way, since we have 2 levels in this and we are wearing armor, will be reduced by 2, which is great. Pretty solid, especially as we want to be able to like take hits. It's a good way to go. So that's all we're going to do for Guardian for now, but we're going to go straight into the Chanter. So in one of my last videos, not the Spiritist, but one of my last build videos, I mentioned I didn't like the Chanter. It's a lie. So the way my builds are working is I'm trying to make builds that are like self-sufficient, where as one player you can combo off of different classes to be able to make a good synergy. And the Chanter isn't very good at synergizing with yourself because of how the chants work until the start of your next turn, so you can't use them to kind of bounce off of things very well. So it's not that I don't like the Chanter, it's it doesn't work very well by making the kind of builds that I like to make, but it is a good class. So we get mind points increased by 5, and we're going to go for magic chants first. So for people who don't know, the Chanter's kind of class feature is you do these chants, they're kind of called verses, where you can have different either offensive or defensive capabilities depending on things like the tone and the key, things like that, which we will go through what tone and key to pick in a second. So we're going to go for Iron and Calm. I'll fill this out in a minute. Okay, Iron and Calm. So now let's do it now. So if we go to not other classes, we need to go over here. Arcana and spells. So we're going to go for Converse. So MP varies. MP depends on your volume, and you learn all 3 volumes. So low is either you or one creature, medium is all allies, and high is all enemies. So what varies? Let's scroll across just a little bit more. Duration, start of next turn. So we're going to pick Iron for the key, just because we're going defensive, and Iron sounds like the most offensive one. Like, I'll explain like what we want from Iron in a minute. So let's finish this up. So the Calm verse means that basically when we sing this, everyone apart from us recovers mind points. The reason we want this is because while we're being the defensive person, let's just zoom out slightly. While we're being the defensive person who's taking up all the damage from people, we want to be able to boost our allies so that they can do more offense. So each target recovers key recovery, which, because we chose Iron, the key recovery is mind points, equal to 10 plus twice your current willpower dice size. So we're going to pump willpower in a minute. I didn't fill that out. This amount increases by 10 if you're level 20 or higher, by 20 if you're level 40 or higher. If this tone causes MP recovery, it has no effect on the character who sings it. So, for all our allies going to hear you, it's going to cost 20 magic points to be able to do, for now, 30 MP for everyone else. So if you have a team full of spellcasters or martial classes that use MP a lot, this will be great. But this in itself doesn't let us get more defensive. The next skill we're going to use is, so if we go back up to the Chanter, we want Sound Barrier. We'll go like that just to keep it on one line. When singing a verse of medium or high volume, physical damage is reduced by SL. So the keen-eyed among you will realize that what the Guardian does is significantly better. So this means physical damage is reduced by skill level. This is all damage reduced by skill level, and this one only happens after we've sung a verse of medium or high volume, when the Guardian's one happens all the time. So when leveling this character up, I would prioritize the Guardian, being honest, to get that up. But this is like one of the few synergies I've been able to work out with the Chanter, being completely honest, and like, this is kind of my channel, so this is how I'm doing it. So yeah, we need to go Chanter 2. So all damage incoming to us is reduced by 2 because of the Guardian, and if during our last turn we had done a chant, medium or higher volume, if it was physical damage, it's reduced by 1 as well. But we're not done. We start at level 5 and there's 2 of each. So the next class we're going to go is still with the Atlas book, and it is the Symbolist. So Symbolist, 1 level in Symbolist. Free benefits is IP plus 2. It would help if I could type. So we have HP, MP, and IP plus, which is quite rare. So we're going to go for Symbolism. 1 level in that. learn 2 symbols. Yeah, I'll just say learn 2 symbols. We'll fill out what the symbols are. So basically, if people don't know, because I haven't covered this, you can have up to skill level +1 symbols active at a time. We learn 2 symbols when you acquire the skill. It costs 2 inventory points to create a symbol, and you can either apply it to yourself, apply it to an ally, or perform a free attack with a weapon you have equipped to apply it to someone else, and it does no damage. So the symbols we're going to pick, the main one we want is Symbol of Enmity. That's not even typing. I'll leave the next one. So the way enmity works, if I can put it here, 2 IP, targets, 1 creature, duration, until death. I'll say there's other conditions, but basically the way this works, as long as the creature bearing the symbol is in crisis, any of that creature's enemies who are able to see them must include them among the targets of their attacks and offensive spells, if possible. So the idea is we're going to cast this on ourselves, and it lasts until either we die, or it's dispelled, or we have too many symbols and have to destroy one, or we choose to destroy it. So if we can get ourselves to half health or lower, all enemies basically will be attacking us, and then they won't attack our allies, and then with our damage resistance, or with our not damage resistance, with the fact that we take less damage, means we can survive longer. But we get 2 symbols, so we're going to pick another one, and I quite like Forbiddens. So this doesn't fit like the build particularly. 1 creature until death. So Forbiddens, the way it works, you choose an action type, so like attack, guard, objective, spell, or skill. Whoever bearing this symbol, whenever they do that, they lose 5 hit points and 5 might points. Both amounts increase to 10 if you're level 20 or higher, or 20 if you're level 40 or higher. So I quite like this against, like, say if you have a boss who likes to attack, or you have a spellcasting boss, you can cast this on them. Or you can attack to place this on them, really, and it's just a way to chip at their health and mind points. So it's just a way to help your allies take down an enemy, I guess. So it's not very tanky of us. What is it called again? Forbiddens. But we have 2 options, so we may as well take a second. Right, let's finish ironing out all of our stats. So we need we need willpower, and we need insight, because we are like a spellcasting kind of class, even though we can't actually cast spells. Like we're not a physically offensive class. So let's quickly work out our defense and magic defense. So our defense is 11, magic defense is insight die +1, which is also 11. So we're very rounded in that respect. And our staff uses willpower + willpower. So to hit, to be able to place a symbol on someone else, we're rolling d10s, which is great. So HP is might, which is 6 times 5, which is 30, +5 for our level, +5 for our guardian. So 40, 20, 40. MP is willpower, which is 10 times 5, which is 50, plus our level, which is 5, plus the 10 for the Chanter, which is 60. IP address is 6, except we get a +2 from the Symbolist, so we get 8. So yeah, this is the Aggro Sponge. So the combo, again, just to make sure it's explained, we before combat even starts, we can put the Symbol of Enmity on ourselves, because it lasts basically until we die. It costs 2 inventory points, but because we gain 2 inventory points anyway, it's basically like, it's as if it was free. I know it isn't, but it's as if it is, which means that when we hit crisis, enemies will target us, and because they're targeting us, the Guardian's defensive mastery, when we have armor equipped, which we have the runic plate, then all damage is reduced by 2 because we have 2 levels in it. this is what I'd focus on first when we're leveling up. And then on our turns, we would magic chant to get people's mind points back, or we'd attack with the staff to place the symbol of forbiddance on people. And then when we do the chant, it triggers sound barrier, which means physical damage is reduced again. So this is my combo that works with the chanter. I mean, it's not incredible, but you can see how you can build upon what we've got to make this even better. Like, this isn't the strongest level 5 build I've done by far, but it has really good growth potential, and leaning into this, you could end up making like a really good tank. But I'm going to leave this here. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.